Module 2. Music provides the rhythm for movement and healthy lifestyle. Music, with its universal rhythm and melody, is a profound cultural force and a developmental catalyst. It shapes identities, forges connections, and can significantly enhance educational experiences. This chapter delves into the cultural and developmental influences of music, its role in teaching and learning, and provides a roadmap for educators to weave musical experiences into the fabric of early childhood education. At its core, music is a reflection of culture. It narrates stories, expresses emotions, and conveys traditions. Children absorb the ethos of their communities through these melodies and rhythms, which in turn shape their understanding of the world. The developmental benefits of music are vast. It supports language acquisition, enhances mathematical ability, and cultivates social and emotional competencies. When integrating music into a diverse classroom, educators must navigate various considerations. Take for instance, Samir, a child from a Muslim background, joining a first-grade class. It's crucial to address both physical and socio-cultural constraints to foster an inclusive environment. The educator should select music and movement activities that respect his cultural sensibilities, ensuring he feels included and valued. Music can be a powerful pedagogical tool, enhancing memory, concentration, and learning through its rhythmic and melodic patterns. Songs can help encode information, facilitating easier recall, while music can create an ambience conducive to learning, whether to stimulate engagement or promote calm. Children interact with music naturally and instinctively. To harness this, educators can create experiences tailored to developmental stages, fostering musical play through singing, dancing, and instrument exploration. This promotes not just a love for music, but also encourages self-expression and creativity. For instance, when young Layla tries to imitate her siblings hopping and ends up jumping with both feet, she's not simply playing, she's engaging with movement qualities. Her actions demonstrate a nascent understanding of rhythm and force, echoing the fundamental elements of music and movement. Music education standards often call for creativity, performance, and critical engagement with music. These can be integrated into the curriculum through activities that align with educational goals. For example, rhythmic songs for counting can bolster math skills, while incorporating music from various cultures promotes inclusivity and global awareness. Incorporating a spectrum of musical genres into the learning environment can support a variety of educational objectives. Classical music may be used for concentration and focus, while folk music can connect students to their own and other cultural heritages. Music is a dynamic educational instrument that can enrich a child's learning environment. When planning musical activities, educators should ensure that they are culturally sensitive and inclusive. Consider an educator named Alex, who concludes a movement session with deep breathing and relaxation techniques. This practice not only transitions children from high-energy activities to a more subdued state, but also offers several advantages. It stabilizes the environment, provides a contrast to previous activities, introduces children to more controlled movement, and brings tranquility to the classroom. Ultimately, by incorporating music thoughtfully, educators can create a learning space that is culturally responsive and conducive to growth for every child. Through music, children can engage with the world in a manner that is as educational as it is enriching. Matching the individual, task and environment to enhance learning. In the dynamic field of education, recognizing and addressing the unique learning needs of young children is paramount. This chapter delves into effective strategies for tailoring instruction to support individualized learning experiences. It also provides an insightful examination of Newell's model of constraints, and discusses the calibration of instructional activity rigor to align with developmental stages. Finally, it explores various approaches to creating a culturally responsive and developmentally suitable learning environment. Differentiation is the key to unlocking each child's learning potential. To meet the varied needs of young learners, educators can employ strategies such as scaffolding, where support is gradually withdrawn as competence increases, and using tiered activities that allow children to work at different levels of difficulty. Personalized learning plans can also be instrumental, taking into account each child's interests, strengths, and areas for growth. Newell's model presents a holistic view of learning. By considering the individual, the task, and the environment as interdependent factors, each imposing constraints that influence movement behaviors. By examining these constraints, educators can better understand how children interact with their learning tasks and environment. For instance, the model explains why a child like Alma, racing down a hill, relies on dynamic balance, a complex integration of sensory and motor functions that allow for adjustments to continuous changes in the environment. The level of challenge in instructional activities should be thoughtfully calibrated to be developmentally appropriate. For young children, activities that are too easy may lead to boredom, while those that are too difficult can cause frustration. To strike the right balance, educators can employ formative assessments to gauge children's readiness and adjust the level of difficulty accordingly. Offering choices can also empower children to take on challenges at their own pace. Creating a learning environment that respects and reflects the diverse cultural backgrounds of students is essential. Educators can incorporate stories, traditions, and perspectives from various cultures into the curriculum. Additionally, ensuring that instructional activities align with the developmental stages of young learners is crucial. For instance, children's engagement with equipment and props in the classroom has multiple benefits. It can open up new avenues for movement, require varying degrees of coordination, increase comfort with different objects, and help children focus on tasks outside themselves, reducing self-consciousness. To foster an educational environment where each child thrives, educators must become adept at differentiating instruction, understanding the constraints each learner faces, adjusting the rigor of activities, and ensuring cultural and developmental appropriateness. By employing strategies such as scaffolding, tiered activities, and personalized learning plans, educators can cater to the individualized needs of children. By analyzing Newell's model, educators can appreciate the complexity of learning as an interplay of various constraints. Adjusting the level of challenge in activities ensures that children remain engaged without becoming overwhelmed. Finally, by integrating cultural content and respecting developmental stages, educators can create an inclusive and nurturing learning environment. As educators, we have the opportunity to shape the educational experiences of our young learners. Let us commit to being intentional in our practice, ensuring that each child finds joy and meaning in their journey of learning and discovery.